My autism. If you accept me, you have to believe me. I can't have fun when I'm in a space where I have to be responsible. The two don't and can't coincide in my brain. I can only do one thing at a time mentally, and that, of course, affects how I act on the outside. I can't have fun watching my kids or anyone else's because my anxiety tells me something bad can happen. So I'm like a hawk the whole time. I can do fun things in small moments. I can put aside fear when I have been able to see everything around the area and pause my responsible brain to engage in play. But then within 10 minutes, I'm back to be responsible, and fun is basically gone. You never used to do this. Wrong. I never showed that part of myself to you because I didn't know myself well enough to trust myself, let alone trust someone else with what I was going through. Maybe what you're going through is psychosomatic. Why don't you just say it's all in my head? Because that's what it means. And if you didn't mean that, then you insinuated it, and that's even worse. Then I have to try to figure out what you meant, and that's even harder. That will make me doubt myself and beat myself up inside for not knowing how to communicate. I take pictures of things everywhere I go. I may do things that you don't approve of or think of as unacceptable. I buy things when I go places that I want to remember. I won't remember things you remember, or at least not in the same way. I like to touch things to process through sensory input. I need quiet and a journal to process. I need familiar tastes and flavors, even though I like to experiment. I need to be able to relax and find peace. I cannot just keep going all the time. I can't continue through a whole day without finding downtimes to ground myself in reality, because everything around me feels like a constantly moving bubble, echoing and resonating with everything and everyone but me. You might find yourself relating to one or two of these things and say out loud, "Oh, I deal with that too. That's not an autism thing." Yes, it is. Just because you deal with one or two of these things does not mean that my experience is not my experience. And it does not mean I'm not on the spectrum. It means that you can relate to one or two things I go through. I mask and I try to relate to other people and fit in with society because I'm autistic. When I say it's because I'm autistic, what I mean is I'm trying to say something but it's not coming out right, or my brain isn't working to come up with a certain word and it's not forming and I'm frustrated. I feel the need to explain myself, even if the need isn't for you, it's for me. I might tell you I'm having a hard time because I'm autistic. I might look like I'm doing something that's weird to you, and I can tell it might not be normal or socially acceptable thing. And I didn't realize this before I did it. I just did it because it's me. Because to me it's normal. It's because I'm autistic. I might be stimming in public and you don't know why I'm making a certain movement or being giggly like a child or getting excited over something you dub ridiculous or superficial. It's because I'm autistic. I say it because I feel like you need an explanation, or I need to explain because I probably look odd and you look quizzical. Autism is not an excuse. It's an explanation. It's a reason. It's a lifestyle that doesn't look like yours. It's different, and believe it or not, it's complementary to the rest of the world because it keeps us a little bit younger and more expressive and holds so many different views from the norm. Understand us instead of ignoring or walking away from us. Accept us instead of calling us weirdos. We don't need rejection. We need you to be open to other possibilities. Don't be embarrassed by us. I use my notebook every day to get things done. This helps me remember what needs to be done, what is planned that I have to do, even things like taking a shower, because it's something that takes me a lot of energy and mental planning. Projects that are big and overwhelming, I need to break them into smaller pieces so they're more doable and less challenging. Since they're sitting there doing nothing because I can't think of what to do, I don't think of what's supposed to be done. I don't remember if something has a deadline. I just have no thought process of that. I need to have a jump start. That usually starts out as me getting my pills taken and getting dressed. I can wander around for hours doing random things here and there, feeling like I'm just walking around in air, until something or someone gives me a direction and motivation. Not starting something that you know needs to be done because it feels scary. Maybe it's something I haven't done before, or will take a lot of focus and I'm not sure I'll be able to put in the time, or if I get interrupted. Also, any other host of things that could go wrong that I've already rehearsed in my head.